Welcome back to the war. The Middle East is no stranger to conflict, but recent events have brought the region to a precarious point. The assassination of a senior Hamas leader by Israeli forces has triggered a new wave of tensions, with Iran vowing to retaliate and Israel preparing for potential escalation. As this situation unfolds, the implications for regional stability and global security are profound. Join us at Legacy of War as we take a deeper look. Before we start the video, don't forget to check out our selection of playlists. We cover other wars like Vietnam, the World Wars, as well as Viking and Roman times. We will also be adding to our collection soon. Make sure you like, subscribe, and let us know your thoughts in the comments. Now relax and enjoy the video. That's an order. On July 31st, 2024, Israeli forces carried out a targeted airstrike that killed Ismail Haniyeh, the political leader within Hamas. This operation, part of Israel's broader strategy to weaken Hamas's military capabilities, was met with immediate outrage from Hamas and its allies. Haniyeh was a key figure within the organization and was working on negotiating a ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. According to Iranian media, an airstrike hit a building for war veterans in Tehran, where Haniyeh was staying at around 2 o'clock. Israeli jets are believed to have fired rockets from outside Iranian airspace. The timing of Haniyeh's killing suggests this was a wider part of Israel's retaliation for the Hezbollah rocket attack that killed 12 children and young people in the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights on Saturday. Retaliation that included the killing of a senior Hezbollah commander in Beirut on Tuesday. This is a highly sensitive moment. The death of a prominent Hamas leader is significant, but the real concern is how this might escalate into a broader conflict. Israel and Hamas have engaged in numerous conflicts over the years, but the current geopolitical climate adds a dangerous new dimension, especially with Iran's involvement. Iran, a key supporter of Hamas, has responded to the assassination with strong rhetoric, condemning Israel's actions and promising a harsh response. Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, along with other high-ranking officials, has vowed to avenge Haniyeh's death, framing it as part of the broader struggle against what they see as Israeli aggression. Iran's influence in the region extends beyond Hamas. In Lebanon, Hezbollah, a powerful Shiite militant group backed by Tehran, has also condemned the killing and hinted at possible retaliation. This raises the specter of a multi-front conflict, with Israel potentially facing threats from both Gaza and Lebanon, not to mention the possibility of Iranian direct or indirect involvement. The strategic map of the Middle East is complex. Israel's security concerns are not limited to Gaza. They encompass a broad region where Iran's influence is growing. From Syria to Iraq and from Lebanon to Yemen, Iran's network of allies and proxies poses a multifaceted challenge to Israel's security. Any escalation in Gaza could have ripple effects across this network, drawing more actors into the conflict. In Tel Aviv, the Israeli government is acutely aware of these risks. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and his security cabinet have convened emergency meetings, with Israel's military on high alert. The Israeli Defense Forces have already begun preparing for the possibility of a broader conflict, including potential missile attacks from Hezbollah or even direct Iranian intervention. Hi soldiers, just a quick reminder. 85% of you who watch our videos aren't subscribed yet. If you enjoy our content, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. That's an order. Israel's military strategy is focused on deterrence, but it's also preparing for the worst-case scenario. The IDF's arsenal includes advanced missile defense systems, like the Iron Dome, as well as offensive capabilities designed to neutralize threats before they can materialize. However, the challenges of fighting a multi-front war, especially against an adversary like Iran, are immense. Meanwhile, the international community is scrambling to de-escalate the situation. The United Nations and key world powers have called for restraint, urging both Israel and Iran to avoid actions that could spiral into a wider conflict. However, the diplomatic path is fraught with difficulties, given the deep-rooted animosities and the high stakes involved. On the streets of the Middle East, emotions are running high. In cities across the region, from Tehran to Beirut to Gaza, People have taken to the streets to express their anger and support for the Palestinian cause. These protests add another layer of complexity, as public pressure could drive leaders to take harder stances, reducing the likelihood of a diplomatic resolution. For those living in Israel and Gaza, the situation is personal and immediate. The fear of war, the constant threat of rocket attacks, and the uncertainty about the future weigh heavily on both sides. Families in Gaza worry about the next airstrike, while Israelis in border towns listen for the next air raid siren. The human toll of this conflict, should it escalate further, could be devastating. Humanitarian organizations are already on the ground, preparing for the worst. In Gaza, the healthcare system is strained, and any significant conflict could lead to a humanitarian disaster. In Israel, emergency services are on high alert, ready to respond to casualties and ensure civilian safety. The death of a Hamas leader has triggered a dangerous chain reaction in the Middle East, bringing Israel and Iran closer to a direct confrontation. As the world watches, the stakes couldn't be higher. Will this be a moment that tips the region into widespread conflict, or can diplomacy pull it back from the brink? The next few days and weeks will be crucial. The choices made by leaders on all sides will determine whether the Middle East steps back from the edge or plunges into a new era of conflict. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comments. Check back in again soon. Salute.